What's up, folks? It's Shota from Georgia. I'm a country music singer and a touring musician. I've been on tour for quite a while, and today I'm in Piaseczno, Poland, not far from Warsaw. And before one of my shows kicks off, I want to talk about actual traveling part of touring, one of the most challenging parts. And there's obviously two different options: having a private vehicle, a car, or using public transportation. I personally don't have a car and don't have a driver's license, and I'm not proud of it. I sure as hell plan on getting both of them, and it's going to take a while, some time and money going to be necessary for it. But for now, I just rely on buses and trains mostly. But if you travel on long distance, you're obviously going to look for plane tickets at first. And when it comes to plane tickets, of course, different companies offer different things. Some companies are cheaper, but they charge more on luggage. Some companies are more expensive, but they don't charge for luggage at all, or charge less. Or some other companies are assholes and they're expensive, but they also charge for luggage. And obviously, you're going to need your instrument at first, and who knows, maybe some extra luggage. So you got to be mindful about what you take with you. And if you don't have a car, just like me, you're probably going to need to think about how heavy your luggage is going to be. Because if you're going to walk a lot of miles, it's going to do a number on your back and shoulders. So, once you looked up some plane tickets, there could be an option. There could be some occasions when tickets are ridiculously cheap. I've had tickets for 10, 15, 20, 30 euros. And in that case, a lot of times it's better to buy an extra seat for your guitar. I personally take a guitar with me rather than check it in like a checked-in luggage, because it might cost you more if the plane tickets are cheaper. However, there's one particular detail I have to mention with you, because several times when I purchased an extra seat for my guitar, and then I checked in online, and it just gave me random tickets. Let's say I've got 30E and 20B. So my guitar is supposed to sit somewhere, and I'm sitting, I sit somewhere else. But that's not how it works. They demand, when you get on a plane, they demand that you have a seat for your guitar on one of those window seats, and you, by all means, got to sit right next to it, like in the middle. But for that, you have to purchase particular tickets. And for that, you got to spend an extra buck. It usually doesn't cost me much. When it comes to Ryanair, for example, let's say I paid some 20 euros or 30 euros for a ticket, or sometimes 50. I would have to pay 8 or 9 extra euros for each ticket. So I could get actual particular seats, let's say 30E, 30D, whatever it is. So lately, and I was looking for tickets, and I booked Riga, Berlin. I purchased tickets, and there was some advantage to it, because my actual seat, not the guitar seat, got priority status. So I could get an extra bag, and look what I took with me. Besides my small backpack as a hand luggage, I also took this baby. Cube Street X. Yep, this amp has helped me on so many tiny little gigs when there's small venues and they don't have any equipment. And it fits perfectly above my seat in a hand luggage compartment. So there's that. Now, what else? When it comes to trains and buses, because if you're a poor musician and just getting started, you might not have money for a car. You got to be mindful about scheduling, because there's certain kind of how to say. Okay, let me say it again. Certain buses and trains don't quite accommodate your needs. You know, there's only certain timelines they have. Certain buses go to certain cities only this particular time, and sometimes you have to wake up super early, or sometimes they're super late, and there's kind of a lot of inconvenience occasionally, unless it's a very frequent bus or train, like let's say Krakow, Warsaw, or like Berlin, Munich, or something like that. And despite trains and buses being cheaper than travel with a car, because gas is expensive, there's a lot of inconvenience to it. There's been times when there's been delays, number of times there's been train delays. Recently I got a bus canceled when I was traveling from Berlin to Chemnitz, and luckily there was a train station right next to me, so I bought a train ticket. But my bus was a direct bus from Berlin to Chemnitz, and it costed only 25 euros, while I had to purchase a 65 euro train ticket. That was the cheapest one, and I had to change one train, so I had like one change. And not much trouble, but still there's inconvenience occasionally. I remember I was in Poland last year, and I was supposed to play a festival on Friday evening. Saturday evening. But Friday I was up north in Smolino, Zachodnio-Pomorskie region, near the Baltic Sea, and I had to go down to Poznan area. If you've been to Poland, it's about 500 kilometer range. I had to play a day gig about 4 or 5 p.m., finished my gig, and had to run to the train station. They were nice enough to drive me to the station, and I took a long bus ride. I think I changed 2 trains, went all the way down to Poznan, and it was, by the time I got there, it was already 1 a.m., late night, and I still had to take a taxi, because by the time I got there, there was still 70 more kilometers to cover to get to Wolsztyn, where I had to play a festival the other day. So I took a taxi, cost me about 60 euros. It was about 300 zloty. And I get there at 2:30 in the morning. See, I mean, you don't have a car, there's only so much you can do, you know. The train's at this time, the bus is at this time, so you just adjust to that. When you have a car, you just don't have to make adjustments. I had to wake up about 10 a.m. then, still not as much sleep. Go to sound check at 12 p.m. at noon, and 6 o'clock in the evening, I had a show to play. Well, we did a good job with the guys, but to be honest, it cost me a lot of energy and gave me a lot of stress because I was worried I was not going to make it. I didn't know there was a train going down to Poznan from all the way up when I was all the way up north. And I thought I was going to take a taxi, and it was going to cost me about 500 euros or something. I don't know how much it's going to cost me. I don't know, 300 euros. But it was some crazy situation. So whenever time comes, I should definitely get my license and get myself some kind of car. Hopefully a van in the future, but at the beginning, a small car would be just enough as well. But yeah, of course, if you have a car, which I haven't had yet, you would get some other trouble. But I would say as long as you manage to use certain apps like BlaBlaCar or car sharing, carpooling, whatever, I don't know what it is, and save some money on gas, pick up some passengers, let's say post, hey, I'm going from Warsaw to Bratislava, say. I don't know why I talk about Poland all the time, because I'm here. And there's a chance certain passengers would join you. Sometimes you don't get any passengers, but sometimes you can get a passenger or two, sometimes get a full car. Give them a ride and also save yourself some money. You know, just make adjustments. Other than that, there's so many advantages to having a car. You don't have to wear your show clothes on or something like that. I have cowboy boots with me because I'm a country singer. And when I travel with a small backpack, I cannot put them inside and wear just regular sneakers or sandals because there's just not enough space in my backpack. And if you have a car, just hang the shirts around the back seat area, maybe put some other stuff in the trunk, some extra equipment. Take so much stuff with you, and it's a lot more convenient. You know, just more fresh. Okay, you're the one who's driving, but still, you're on your own time. And I think the universe has been telling me this whole time, since I've been traveling about 7 different countries around Europe, that you definitely need a car at some point in time. So there's that, guys. I've covered quite a few, like several issues. But yeah, well, before I finish up this video, I'm gonna tell you. Also, weather conditions. Weather conditions matter when it comes to transportation. Because if you have a car, it's easy peasy. Park somewhere, get in, and save yourself. And if it's heavy rain, man, carrying this much luggage and a guitar and everything, and getting to train station or bus station, yeah, I've been there, done that many times, and I still have to do it till I don't have to do it again. So yeah, there's a lot of trouble. As good as it sounds, and as environmentally friendly as it sounds to use buses and trains, unfortunately, that left-wing philosophy doesn't always apply to touring musicians or some other people, because, you know, companies are greedy and they only think about their own interests. So you got to make adjustments, like I said. I wish you happy future if you're a musician. If you have a musician friend and you're not a musician yourself, maybe think this information is useful for them, share it with them. Like this video if you like it, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.